This story comes to us from NBCnews.com out of Virginia. The Attorney General. I want to ask you up front, and then I'm going to talk about this editorial. But when I get done, you can answer in the comment section below. Do you believe that this Attorney General truly is trying to right a wrong here, or is it a political move? He's a politician. He's the Attorney General. That's right. They're voted in. Virginia's Attorney General sued the town where a police officer appeared to threaten the execution of a black Army lieutenant during a traffic stop, alleging that the city's police department engages in a broader pattern of discriminatory policing. I did that editorial. I'll try to find it and put it in the description box for you. It was about Lieutenant Nazario. Now, in a written statement, top state prosecutor Mark Herring recalled the egregious treatment of U.S. Army officer Lieutenant Caron Nazario and said a months-long investigation prompted the case uncovered huge disparities in law enforcement against black drivers and a troubling lack of policies and procedures to prevent discrimination. Mark Herring said, "We even discovered evidence that officers were actually being trained to go fishing and engage in pretextual stops." Zzz.
Virginia's Attorney General is suing the small town whose police force was involved with a controversial traffic stop that made national headlines. Mark Herring claims the Windsor Police Department has been operating in a way that led to discrimination against black residents. In a news release, Herring says the suit came after his office conducted a lengthy investigation into that department. You might remember a Petersburg Army officer filed a federal lawsuit earlier this year against Windsor officers Joe Gutierrez and Daniel Crocker.
Now, a lawsuit filed earlier this year by Nazario against Windsor officers Joe Gutierrez and Daniel Crocker. Remember, Daniel Crocker was standing back there like, I don't want to do nothing. He's a big cop. You're a cop too. Can't stop it. But anyway, it alleges excessive force and other constitutional violations and claims the officers struck Nazario with their knees after he was compliant and blinded by pepper spray. In the lawsuit, Nazario, who is black and Latino, said he had a new vehicle tag clearly visible in his rear window and didn't immediately pull over because he was looking for a safe place to stop. Remember, he was in the dark and he pulled up into the lit area. And he did, if you see the video, he does have one of those plates in his back window. And it's one of those, when you buy a new car, they stick the sticker in there. When he finally did pull him over, Gutierrez told him he was fixing to ride the lightning. And I'll let you see the video. I will put it in the description box below. You can go see that after this and see really what happened.
The incident occurred last December, but it didn't receive media attention until video footage was released several months later. Lieutenant Caron Nazario says he was unjustly pepper sprayed, threatened, and knocked to the ground after he was pulled over. The officers claim Nazario had eluded police after they first attempted to pull him over and that he refused to comply with their commands. But Nazario was never charged with the crime. Gutierrez was fired on April 11th. Virginia State Police and the FBI are also investigating the way that traffic stop was handled.
But here, this Attorney General is using this particular incident to sue the town and say, look, the police department, they're doing wrong. Okay? They're casting their line. They're trying to catch something that, and what's funny is that they're doing it in the name of violating the Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution and saying, but I had probable cause because you farted and it smelled and I thought it was weed. But the lawsuit by A.G. Herring also alleges that officers disproportionately searched black motorists and that the department provided different traffic stop and citation data to local state authorities. What they do is they pull over black men, they search the car, and they write down that they're Caucasian or they're Hispanic. So it doesn't come across as if they're black. Yeah. Yeah. The suit filed in circuit court in Isle of Wight County seeks to reform the department through court-ordered policy change. Wow. Sounds like the DOJ has to get involved, right? Now, Windsor town officials did not immediately respond to requests for comment, but in a statement to a local newspaper, the Suffolk News Herald, the town described Herring's suit as clearly political. So the town is saying that it's political. And Herring is saying, no, these guys are doing wrong, and we're going to make sure that a judge makes them do right. I was just looking here. They have some quotes here. And Nazario said that, what his treatment that he went through gave him traumatic stress disorder, and it's shaken him to the core. Like he sees cops and he's like, it's almost like PTSD. So I'll let you guys read it in the description box below, but I wanted to bring that to you that you're in Virginia, your attorney general is suing the whole town because he says the police department are racially profiling and phishing.